All tied up here at Pro League with that win we had there from Panic. MVP gets momentum back. But the next map, like you were saying, was one of those close to call matches. Everyone except Kanata voted for INnoVation.
Wow, interesting. Well, we did see Losira win his last ZVT up against Yoda. But besides that, he's struggled here and there. He's been doing pretty well. He's obviously leading the way for his team, but still shaky grounds, especially someone against like INnoVation. Someone like INnoVation. Like this guy recently beat Life 3-1 at IM World Champions. He's done amazing work. He's so good at this matchup. And on this map, I feel like Losira's going to have a pretty hard time unless he shows a bit more of his gimmicky style with the roaches. I guess it's not so much gimmicky, but it's just something that doesn't really happen that often.
Yeah, like he did it against Alive, and that game was like one of the weirdest games we've ever seen from Losira.
That was gross.
It was just bad.
That was a gross game. I think Alive really had him figured out from the start, and I'm sure INnoVation's going to look at that. It was the same map and be like, okay, so you do like to go like Ling Roach into Mutas late? Like I can just be a bit more defensive and crush you in the mid game. And the late game.
I feel like Losira here, like, his best bet on this map is to stick with what he's actually really good at, which is his Ling Muta Baneling style, his normal, aggressive, massive Baneling style, because INnoVation just does not mech. He just doesn't do it, really. He likes to play bio. We don't really see mech on this map anyways.
Yeah.
Just play straight up against him. Don't try to do any fancy Roach play, because I feel like at this point, Losira is good enough to possibly beat INnoVation in a straight-up game in the best of one. I think he's actually good enough. Will he do it today? I don't know, but INnoVation played a very impressive series against Life in the GSL before, the finals and the semis there.
Right.
Looked really solid, and that's actually mostly why I vote for him. He looked so good in that series. Even though he didn't win it, he looked so strong.
Yeah, he's a fantastic TVZer, that's for sure. He loves his parade pushes. He loves his bio mines. He is so good at it. I think he'll definitely have the one-up on Losira. So as long as he's done his homework, doesn't play like a robot.
Yeah, that's one of INnoVation's weaknesses for sure. All right, guys, the winner of this match, the ZVT, will take the lead. Let's jump into game number 3. For Team MVP, got super fast hands. It's Losira.
And for SKT, it is the robot.
The robot. That's literally exactly what I was going to say. If you just said INnoVation, I was going to say the robot.
No, I was just going to say the robot. No one actually gets to know his real name.
Yeah. Well, he is, man. He is the robot. I mean, it's a blessing and a curse for him. Like, he's so good mechanically. His pushes are insanely strong. His timings are near perfect. But, like, if something goes wrong for him, sometimes it seems like everything he does from there is just, like, a little bit off.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, exactly. It's like he really is, like, the embodiment of what Kesper teams strive to be, especially from Brood War. Those players, they're incredibly mechanic-based more than anything else. And we see this a lot in Flash and the like, where they just simply rely on mechanics above all else, above all strategies. As long as they have like one build order that's going to work against just about everything, they're happy.
Yeah, as happy as these guys, man.
Ooh, yeah, some more foreigners in the audience. Great to see. They are wearing their headsets.
Yeah, I need to get those.
I don't know about that, Wolf. I don't know.
They want to get the true Korean commentator experience, I suppose.
Let's hope so. Let's hope that's all it is, Wolf.
That's all it is.
I hope.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, INnoVation does go towards that macro Kespa style. Speaking of which, he's going straight into a CC first here.
Oh, what a surprise.
And, INnoVation's the type of player, it's almost like he's playing like an assembly line. Like, he's like one step into another, he's going down the build order, and if, like, he misses a screw or something, like, sometimes you just don't see that polished INnoVation at the end.
Sure, I like that. And it's the same sort of thing we see from Flash. We saw Flash, who did he go down? He went down to Lenok in Star League just the other week.
Yep.
And Flash, you know what? He did CC first just about every single game. And if the Zerg player knows what they're capable of and what they do just about every single game, if they are that sort of obvious, they can take advantage of it. They can go for much greedier openings. They can go for seeing a nice and early gas in this game. That might have even been a gas before pool. I wasn't paying complete
I think it
attention.
was, actually, yeah.
Yeah, so it is very greedy sort of start. He's going to have 100 gas. When that pool finishes, that means his Lings are going to have speed so much earlier. going to be able to fight the Hellions early on, shut down the Reaper early on if we do see a Reaper, which no doubt we will from INnoVation. No, actually, probably won't actually because it is going to be a CC first. But
no, you would normally expect to see a Reaper. And INnoVation's going for a CC first here is actually somewhat unlike him, but I feel like it's a good plan against Losira. I'm worried that he's going to go for a fast third CC, though. I wouldn't expect to see that against Losira because that's playing with fire a little bit.
You reckon? I reckon he could still do it. I reckon he could very well do it.
We'll see.
We'll see. We'll see. I mean, what we see from INnoVation a lot, especially on this map, is we will see the Hellions and the Banshee, no doubt. I think we could see a third CC from that. And because he knows that Losira likes to go for roaches, like maybe 2 or 3 Banshees behind this, and then go into bio, and etc. from there, would be a pretty smart way to play it.
Yeah, if he's going to take third CC that way, I'm totally feeling it. I'm liking it a lot. But let's see how he chooses to do this, and let's see how much gas Losira continues to mine here. Just keep him 1 in gas for now, so the potential for follow-up is there.
Right,
but this isn't necessarily indicative that he's like going to make a bunch of roaches or something. We could just have to wait and see.
Yeah, it's a nice way to kind of slowly bank up gas while you are just hardcore droning it up. And you just see that bunker. She's like, okay, so it is going to be that CC first style, if you didn't know already. Adding a second gas now is INnoVation.
Yeah. Good Overlord placement here from Losira. He's going to be able to scout the natural and the main at the same time here in just a second. And with that link speed, he could poke up at the front. Obviously, he's not going to get past that wall, but he's got total vision of the map. He's also got the watchtowers covered. And there's the starport coming down here. So he's going to take the starport before the third CC, which I think is definitely the way to play this against Losira on this map especially.
I like this. And let's see if it is going to be... I think it'll definitely be Banshee, just based on how many Marines we've seen out already. If he was continually making Marines from this, then maybe it could be like a Medivac sort of Hellion sort of play. But generally, you don't usually see that from a CC first either.
Yeah. Tech Lab's a little bit back, actually, in the base here, so he's going to have to do a little bit of floating on that starport. The Overlord is in a pretty good position to scout this. He only has 1 Marine, I think, in the main patrol in that, so he could actually just kind of fly over it here and see it, and I think he will.
Yeah, well, I mean, this Overlord can actually see it and just turn around.
Exactly.
He will not die, so pretty, not the best sort of positioning, but we are actually seeing a Medivac from this starport.
Yeah, a bit weird. Maybe he just wants him to think it's Banshee.
2 mines on the way as well.
So this is pretty tricky. I like this. I don't think Losira is going to expect this at all.
Yeah, he's going to completely expect, okay, it's going to be Banshees. But you know what? The same counter sort of applies for mines. You're going to have spores in each base, so long as you don't take any massive drone hits, which no one should, especially a Zerg, you should be able to clean it up pretty handily.
He also has 4 queens. So, I mean, he's got plenty of DPS here to kind of knock those down.
Oh, yeah.
And the Medivac can't stick around too long. He's going to use Hellions at the same time here. He's already kind of controlled this third base. Losira can't drone that. He can't mater any workers over there while those Hellions are out. He's actually walking the Widow Mines across here, so he's going to drop the Hellions first.
Okay. Okay, Hellion drop. I like this. Speed not just finished yet. It's going to be a few more seconds before the Lings... There we go. Do have speed. And it's actually going to turn the Hellions around.
Yeah, there's 5 queens now here. He's eating a lot of damage on that Medivac. Very slow turn there. Ooh.
Wow. Very close. So, really nothing at all found from INnoVation. Not the best of choices. And now Banshee is out. It's going to help clean up everything so we can get that third CC down pretty soon.
Yeah. Well, right now, Losira's got to be feeling pretty good. Like, okay, you weren't going Banshees as it turns out. Until you shut this down. With no Banshees on the map to support your Hellions, my third base is going to, I can drone it up. I've got several queens over here. And he's got total vision on the map. Look at that mini-map. He's just got Overlord spread out the entire way. Just wants to start spreading that creep down there now as well. And you can see with this Ling, okay, still no third CC over here. I've got my upgrades coming up here. He's got 1-1 and Burrow on the way. Lair's lining up here too.
Ooh, gonna go for a surround in the Hellions.
Oh my god, such a great move here.
Nicely done. You get 2. They're essentially useless at this point.
Well, it's funny because like those Lings for Losira too weren't all that useful for any other reason, so he actually gets value out of them now too because he made them in panic and then kind of like they're not going to be able to do anything to this wall. They're going to be able to slow down a third CC, but now he just gets 2 Hellions for free.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to scout the 2 Banshees as well, so he's going to be like, oh, you got 2 Banshees. I'm going to have to sport every base now because there's simply no way you want to really rely on just Queens alone to defend against this. Let's see if he does add them. I would highly suggest he does, just for that peace of mind.
Yeah.
Maybe not yet. I mean, he does have 4 Queens for creep spread, so maybe he just doesn't want to really commit to them, which is kind of fair.
Yeah,
really great creep spread.
We did see like he was really trying to burrow a Ling at that third base too with that Overlord, but he just couldn't quite get it. But he still denies it with that creep for just a moment.
Yeah.
And Losira's up at 73 drones right now. Like, he's really saturated here.
Yeah, he could sit there for a while. He just kind of wants to get out these mutas and defend with Ling Bane and try and get this fourth base up. He probably have to actually...
he's going to let it go.
He's going to have to cancel.
Saves the drone at least. Wow.
I'm not going to let it go for now, I guess, Mr. Drone.
Yeah.
Interesting. You see a lot of Lings and some Banelings have been morphed. About 13 Banelings already. So he's really worried about this follow-up sort of push, or the first push from INnoVation, the initial sort of attack and the beginning of the creep killing. Really wants to defend this fourth base, but doesn't look like he's going to take it.
Swiddlemine!
Oh.
6 kills only, actually. Could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, it could have been way worse. Isn't that interesting? He got the creep spread out just a little bit further at that top base. We will take the fourth there, even though it is much closer to the Terran. And look at this triple Medivac drop.
Yep, totally scouted now. The Mutalisks are not out yet, though. 7 of them on the way. And he doesn't have very much in the main here. So this could actually do some serious damage. Oh, here come the Banelings, though.
Slew. Oh, there we go. Fast Banes.
Ooh, he brings the Banshees here to actually zone those out. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, this is painful now. He's got to bring all those Lings back. And all those Banelings actually hit the Marauder.
Yeah, and a Mutalisk flew into those Marines and died as well, excuse me. And he's actually doing a lot of work here for INnoVation. He can actually just lift up and leave now, and then land, and then probably fight those Mutalisks.
Yeah, definitely. So nice little trade there. And at the very least, it's buying a lot of time for INnoVation. You know, he's getting a lot done. Did a pretty decent exchange.
Now, what's concerning about this for the next move for INnoVation is he did just lose kind of some expensive medevacs. It's a little bit tougher for him to continue to drop. The creep spread for Losira is really good. INnoVation doesn't know about the location of the fourth base yet, and he's definitely going to want to hit that pretty hard because, you know, a Zerg on 4 base with 73 drones and already starting to get some of these upgrades out is going to start to get pretty scary.
And one of the things as well is like INnoVation might actually just think that there was no fourth base building at all. So he's like, well, I'm miles ahead, so I might as well just drop in the main base, do what I can. This is going to be an easy game. But that fourth base is finished up the top here, and so long as these Lings actually don't take too bad of a hit, ooh, not the best of hits.
Yeah, I think he was actually maybe trying to bait some of those shots into the Marines. It didn't work out the way he wanted to, but
this is actually very dangerous for INnoVation.
Yeah, he's way out here, and there's a ton of Speedlings. The Banelings here are not able to get the hits they want, actually, but they're actually going to send a few of those into the mineral line. Those don't get hits either. Losira may have stayed too long here.
Maybe, but I mean, at least he got rid of a lot of the Medivacs. He got rid of a lot of the bio. He can follow up. He should probably start droning up this fourth base now. Now that he's got like a little bit of a window, he did trade at the Terran base, so he's pretty good for the moment.
Yeah, he's still got an insanely good drone count. So does INnoVation, but you know he's still only on 3 bases. As Startaleo-yoe stays that way for quite some time in this matchup.
Yeah.
At this point, he's got a healthy Widowmine count of 8, so I'm really concerned about that as well because the Drilling Claw is about to be finished. So Losira needs to be very careful with his Lings because he has had a few like haphazard run-ins on those this game.
Well, this is like a scary timing as well because 2-2 is about to finish. Drilling Claw is finished, as you mentioned. This is a very dangerous period, but maybe that attack from Losira, you know, softened him up enough so that he can't actually push on creep that confidently.
Yeah.
So he bought himself some very important time, a very volatile time.
And Losira's creep spread this game has actually been pretty amazing. He's going to end up losing a little bit more of this here, and those tumors that you see queued probably not going to go up right away here, but he's just continuing to slow these pushes down.
Yeah, he's definitely in a good place. The scan goes down, he's like, that's your fourth base. Luckily, it's not completely saturated, though. The advantage isn't too great.
A little bait there into the Marines again with the Zerglings, trying to get these shots off. And he's just going to roll in with Banelings here without much of the support. Now he's coming in for the big attack.
Oh, yeah. There is not much here to help out this Terran. All the AoE has been used.
Yeah, and there's 4 Widowmines in a drop somewhere else that could have been helping out here as well. And this is just so much damage. He's going to crash right into that mineral line as well.
Oh, yeah. So much damage.
Way too much damage here. And that bunker actually is just going to go down. He's going to kill the Marines in there. Can actually maybe even get that CC. Widowmine's totally undetected currently, though. He loses 13 drones at the same time.
Yeah, two Widowmines at the third base. And I think that's about it for now. So not really too much done. Losira miles and miles ahead at this point.
And he's got all that momentum. He has all this creep spread. Like, what can INnoVation do from here? He doesn't have a fourth base. His fourth is creeped, even if he did, so he'd have to deal with that. Losira has the economy to just remake 18 Banelings at once. And I guess probably the next wave that he spends his gas on is to kind of build his Mutalisk count up a little bit so he can actually finally just kind of close this game out.
Yeah, that'd probably be the best choice. For INnoVation, he has to find space. He's got to start dropping around the map, maybe try and do some economic damage of his own. But at the same time, he just doesn't have much bio or mines at home to really defend against anything that might come his way. You're going to see a drop, but this drop is a standalone drop, so it's just going to get shut down. Then there's no follow-up. There's nothing else that's really going to be happening on the map. So Losira can commit everything to it. He can defend it completely, and just go back to the middle of the map and wait for the next sort of drop or anything that might move out.
And he has vision of everything with all his creep. Like, it's never going to be a moment where, like, ooh, that was annoying. But it's never going to be a moment where, like, INnoVation is doing a drop and he does, like, another ground-pronged attack.
Oh, Baneling's going to hit the SCVs again.
This is just...
Burrow. What?
Too much damage. He's even, like, gooping up a barracks there.
Oh, and he gets a hit.
Oh, if only he had waited a few more seconds to get all those mules, too.
Oh, my God.
But, I mean, INnoVation can't do any two-pronged attacks. He's going to run into creep. He's just... His army is small enough also that, like, Losira could just turn around and close in on it and finish it off. There's so many lings on the map. His 3-3 that he's about to have, I think, is his last chance. But even with 3-3, I think his army just might be too small.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you there. He's going to have the most magical of fights, the most perfect of Widowmine hits, and the greatest absorb of Banelings on Thors and Marauders to really win this fight. But if he can do it, you know, he's going to have momentum to go for that 4th base. And here we go.
Yep. Good Widowmine hit at the north, hit a ton of those Earlings. Second Widowmine hits here, third one not very good. He's trying to split his units, but he's actually got a few more Widowmines in here. Let's see what they get. Not much. Just too small of an army. Losira's going to clear everything up, kill all these SCVs.
Oh, it's close, Wolf. It's pretty close. But yeah, there might just be too much.
Yeah, just too many. Like, he killed most of the Marines. There's a ton of Marauders left on the ground, but who cares when there's Mulis in the sky, when there's no answer for them. There's no Thors here. All these SCVs are in the red, so they're actually going to die from glaive bounce as they try to repair this bunker. More lings come in. Nothing left here but Medivacs. Medivacs can attack.
Yeah, they can't, unfortunately. A couple more mines might have a good chance of having some decent hits. More bio rallies. You might have enough to kind of stave it off for now, but with the 3rd base lifted, what hope do you have of coming back? Your economy is just so stifled at this point, and the creep's
almost under his base. He can't even deny those active tumors because there's so much Zerg here. Widowmine hits the Overseer, unfortunately, and I think this is the end. I mean, yeah, maybe he can hold this off, but Losira has the whole map covered in creep.
It just doesn't matter at this point, yeah. The economy for Losira this whole time has not been touched at all. And there's the GG, I think, scan from INnoVation.
Yeah. He's like, are you doing with this, like...
Oh!
Oh, boy.
Why not? Why not? He won't actually kill this bunker either.
Losira is not amused. Look at his face. He's like, is this guy, like, for real? This guy's
GG. Well done.
Damn.
Losira keeping the upsets going. And now it's all up to Youngwar in his favorite matchup.
You know, this could happen. This is looking like MVP might just take this, Moonblade.
They are so very close to taking it. Well, Youngwar versus Classic. This could definitely happen for Youngwar. No doubt about it.
Oh boy, I mean, what a great game Losira just played there. That was actually really impressive.
Let's hope he never goes to Roaches again.
That's what I'm saying, man. If he just plays his standard, you know, Baneling, then he's going to do just... I think that's his best chance against a player like INnoVation. He just does it. He plays well. He's aggressive. That one attack, you know, that you were talking about earlier where he just kind of softened up INnoVation's pushes for the rest of the game. After that, INnoVation never once had a presence on the map. Like, he did that one Widowmine drop and that one puny drop into the main that got cleaned up. And then besides that, like, Losira's owned that map. He had the creep everywhere. He had total vision, and he just kept attacking and whittling INnoVation down.
He just did that one thing that just destroyed the robot's brain, man. Like, destroyed the coding just enough. Yeah. He's just like, well, what do I do from here? I can't press in the creep. I can't drop. I don't have enough units for anything. And Losira just kept getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah, it's like once you start hitting the 3rd base enough, killing all those SCVs, INnoVation, like, he's running out of battery and he doesn't have a charger, man. That robot's running out of juice.
Yeah, essentially, man. That's what it all comes down to. If you can do the economic damage to the Terran, that kind of important time in the game.
By the way, is it just me or is Losira like so handsome with that mustache, man? He's like the mustache Zerg, dude.
The mustache Zerg.
He reminds me of like Wario or Waluigi or some sort of like anime character that has a mustache because he's kind of a villain and he's just gonna kind of kill you with banelings. He's got a mustache with it.
He's definitely grown up a lot since we knew him back in like 4 years ago. He was such a kid back then.
I love Losira, man. I mean, this guy is actually a GSL finalist from forever ago. He never gave up. He kept trying in his career, and he's finally hitting his stride again. And MVP could be very thankful for that. Like, he is carrying their team hard right now.
Yeah, I mean, you can look at his rankings and like the Grandmaster sort of individual rankings, and he must be up there, what, 3rd position now? Tied for 3rd?
Yeah.
I believe.
Actually, no, I think now he's tied for 2nd.